Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
I'm number one fan Tim.
And we are doing a rare out-of-studio recording session. We're experimenting with a different surrounding because it's freezing in my fucking basement. And I was like, you know what? The girls aren't here. So I moved a dresser and I dragged all the shit upstairs. And we are broadcasting from the Juice's room, which is a lovely shade of purple. I'm hoping the acoustics won't be too shitty because it's a fully finished room.
This is pretty close to the color in my daughter's room, my 6-year-old's room.
Yeah. Plus, downstairs there's not a Ninja Turtles poster that promotes reading or Sesame Street stickers on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's the topic today. And you know that this happened, but I haven't really gotten into the specifics.
Okay.
A short time ago, I got stuck in the elevator at work.
Yeah, I heard mention of it.
Yeah. Well, let me just talk about this. I was shift lead, so it's my responsibility to get the food cart. They deliver at 4:45. Well, she was there, right as rain, standing outside, smoking her cigarette. And I think nothing of it. I keyed the door for the elevator to open, and we roll it inside, and the door closes. Well, I hit the button, and it didn't go anywhere.
What?
We were supposed to go down a floor. Nothing. So then I hit the button again and again and again, and nothing happens. Now, there's 2 doors when you're on the receiving floor of the building I work at.
Mm-hmm.
So we come in the back door, and we leave out through the front door when we get to the lower level.
Okay.
It was the back door was the issue. It apparently was not closing all the way. And I hit the button to go down a floor, and the door would chime like it was going to stop on the floor and open, and it would open like an inch and a half, and then would close again. I did this 3 or 4 fucking times. I'm like, God damn it, and I'm not in the mood for this shit. It is Monday fucking morning. And I had my radio, and I also had my phone on me to communicate if need be. So I'm radioing up to one of the other floors. I'm like, can one of you please key the elevator and see if this thing will move? Why are you stuck? I'm like, I fucking hope not. But key the damn elevator. So they each tried. Nothing. No dice. Wouldn't move. I pushed buttons again. That same opening an inch and a half door chimey shit. So I'm like, call the facilities engineer people to come fix it. I don't know. Find a way. Call whoever. Get me the fuck out. So I'm stuck in an elevator that's roughly 6 by 8 with the food cart and the food service lady.
At least you have something to eat.
If it comes to that, but I snack all night, so I wasn't hungry. My main concern is, what if I need to piss or shit, or I get farty? It's not just me in there. There's a fan in the ceiling that sucks the air out to recycle it, so if you do fart in the elevator, it doesn't stay trapped. Because I've tried to hotbox it for other people. It doesn't really work unless they're immediately getting in on the next floor. So, yeah, I'm trapped in there. And is a smoker. And she is not rich. So she smokes cheap-ass, stinky, fucking dirty old cigarettes.
I think all cigarettes are kind of stinky.
I don't mind the smell of Marlboros.
Oh, really?
Camels smell like shit.
But that's what I used to smoke. I liked Camels.
Ugh. Let me tell you, you smelled awful.
I never smoked them around you.
I'm just telling you, whether or not you realize that you fucking smelled awful. So we're in there, and she smells like smoke, and thank God that fan is circulating the air. But I'm just thinking, I wonder how long this is going to be. So we're standing there, leaning on the walls. That was the first 20 minutes. Then I got really pissed off, and I was trying to get an update, because breakfast is supposed to be at 5:30. So we're at 5:05. I'm like, okay, well, if I get out of here in the next 20 minutes, we can quick get breakfast going. I keep checking the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just if we get out, I can do this. I can pull this off. Everything will be back on schedule. My main concern was keeping things on schedule. Yeah.
Quick. Did the elevator go down at all and get stuck, or did it just the door wouldn't close all the way and it just didn't go anywhere? Wouldn't do shit.
Didn't go. It stayed on that receiving dock level.
What a pile of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You think it would at least be like, oh well, you could pry it open or something. The door.
Yeah. I had logic like that. But also, have you ever seen Resident Evil, the movie?
No.
Okay, there's a scene in that movie where a woman, they get trapped in an elevator in between floors. They pry the doors open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the doors open in the middle. Ours close bypass style.
All right,
so I couldn't get my fucking fingers in there. But it made me think of Resident Evil because some chick tries to crawl out of the elevator and then it starts moving. So they try to pull her back in. Well, it goes up too fast and it lops off her nugget.
That was in Final Destination 2.
Was it?
Kind of. She tried running out of the elevator, and the doors closed, and it snagged her ponytail, and then it pulled up, and it ended up snapping her neck somehow.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like my hair nice and short.
Right. Well. So now another 15, 20 minutes go by. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. So now we're right about at breakfast time. So I'm panicked about that. I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. I pulled out my phone. I started texting the Half-Ass Morning Show. Brotherhood 2000 plus 16. So I'm texting 93X. And I'm like, maybe Nick or Josh or Allie will read about it on the air. Now, I can't fucking hear it, but it's got to be entertaining for the rest of the Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Correctional Officer Jesus here, trapped in an elevator at work for the last 40-some minutes with our food service lady. Fuck my life. No idea when the repair crew's coming to get me out. Hope I don't have to take a poop.
I wonder if that did get broadcasted.
I never went back and listened to like the podcast of the episode after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should have. I meant to, but I didn't.
You probably still could.
Oh, I know I could.
So is that why when they're reading stuff off on that show that such and such Jesus is, everyone is referred to
Yes.
their name and then Jesus? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if they had like some kind of, like this is what people actually wanted to be called or something. I don't listen to the Half-Ass Morning Show very often.
Well, you see, Nick, who is the head of the program, technically, it's him and Josh and Allie. Nick's been around the longest at the station, and he's also like one of the programming directors, so he's pretty high up at the station. Goes by Radio Jesus.
Okay.
That's what Josh dubbed him many years ago. So then people started coming up with their own names.
So if I wanted to text something and I'd have to come up with a
You don't have to.
nickname or something and say Jesus.
You could.
Well, just so I would sound like everybody else.
You could be Road Sign Repair Jesus. I don't know if that one's taken. As far as I know, I'm the only correctional officer Jesus.
Probably.
No, I know I am.
Okay.
Nobody else ever chimes in as that.
Makes me want to listen to it more often just to hear the names.
Right. So we're at about the 5:30 mark, and I'm bored as shit. And is like leaning on the food cart. I'm like, well, you might as well pop a squat because it sounds like we're not getting out anytime soon. So she's sitting there, and I wanted to take a nap, could not fall asleep. There's nothing to do. I don't want to talk to because she's old and it's awkward, and I don't really care about anything she has to say.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, she looks like the grandpa from Hey Arnold with a blonde wig on.
Hey Arnold.
She's just bony as all get out.
Isn't that cartoon with the little weasel-looking character?
No.
No?
He's got a football-shaped head.
Oh, okay.
It's all.
He's the one that
human
wears that
cartoon
yellow
characters.
sweater.
No.
No?
That's
Okay.
Caillou.
I'm not really in...
This was a Nicktoon in the 90s.
I could have swore they were playing that on Channel 2.
No. Nickelodeon exclusive.
Okay.
So, I mean, of all the people I could get trapped with that have worked for the food service, right? Most of them I've had a rapport with I could talk to. I can't talk to her. We don't have shit in common. I don't feel like telling her my life story. I'm like, why the fuck couldn't this be like 3 years ago when worked there? Because we'd probably be humping each other's brains out right now because we each had a thing for each other like nobody's business. Yeah, no, I had to get trapped with a 50, almost 60-something-year-old goddamn 2-pack-a-day smoker who's about as skinny as a fucking Auschwitz survivor. is terrible. So,
that
I mean,
happens.
Nothing to do, wasn't hungry, couldn't nap, no time for love. Already texted into the show. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try something here. So I stood up, and I thought I was going to be smart. And I'm like, I just want to give you a heads up. I'm going to kick the door. It may be loud. I figured maybe I could jostle the sumbitch and it would close or open. I gave it a front kick, just a straight front kick.
Mm-hmm.
I kicked it off the fucking track. Which got us infinitely more stuck. I'm like, well, there is no doubt in my mind that we are fucked at this point. Because, I mean, you can see, there's air coming in. We can see light on the other side. So somebody, one of the other people working needed my set of keys. We had swapped keys while I watched their floor at some point. Mm-hmm. They needed their keys back to open up the med cart to pass medications at 6 a.m. Because, you know, at 6 a.m. I was still stuck in the fucking elevator. So we did the key swap. Like, I dangled them on 2 fingers and reached through the crack between, like, the shaft and the door. And she took them off and hung hers there. And I'm just like, this is so Resident Evil, right? And this is where my fucking hand gets caught, and I spend the rest of my days trying to operate with a goddamn hook hand.
Every horror movie with an elevator, yes. That's what I'm picturing.
Well, and the thing of it is, there's an escape hatch in the ceiling of the elevator. Mm-hmm. For show.
Gotcha, bitch!
It's been painted over. The bolts have been painted. You can't access it. There's no getting out. So that, and I had to give her these keys. There's no other set of keys that'll do what she needs to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if I drop these fucking things down the shaft, well, then we're fucked on 2 fronts. Because she's got pills to pass.
The residents are hangry, and now they're without their meds.
Well, we had enough shit that we whiz-banged together cold cereal. It was supposed to be scrambled eggs and coffee cake and one other item.
Okay, so they're just mildly disappointed.
They had toast and cold cereal.
I would be disappointed if I was expecting eggs and got cereal.
Well,
just saying.
I think if you're doing time, breakfast is the least of your worries. Hopefully.
I don't know.
If you're that fucking concerned about what your diet is like if you're, oh, where's my scheduled breakfast? I wanted scrambled eggs. Fuck you, it's jail, it's not Denny's, bitch.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but I'm just saying that's probably disappointing to them.
Anyway, so the crew arrived. And the crew to work on the elevator. Okay. He's like, okay, well, I just got to take a look at what's going on here. I'm like, yeah, I just want you to know that this door is off track because I tried to kick it thinking maybe it would open up, and it's off track. So I'm sorry if I just made your job harder. I apparently have the kicking strength of a kangaroo and don't realize it.
I could just picture the guy shaking his head going, oh, motherfucker.
And he's like, no, it's fine. You're not the first person to get mad and kick the door. He's like, oh, we'll get you out. Lickety split. It took him about 5-6 more minutes to get me out, right? Mm-hmm. He had to unbolt the door track and pull off the door. And I got out of there. And I was like, oh, thank fuck. Thank God that she in no time asked me if I wanted to make out. Or that she didn't fart. Or I didn't have to poop. Yeah, just like the old lady.
The old lady at Kingpin.
Yeah. She's about that bony.
Ew, that's just gross.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. Who knows? The longer you're caught in an elevator with somebody, the better they start to look, I suppose, because you start going stir crazy.
No, I could never. Well, I don't know. I've never been trapped in an elevator, so.
At that point, I'd be like, hey, you want to play a game? Let's both start masturbating and see who finishes first.
I've never known anybody to be trapped in an elevator. It's kind of funny that was you.
I'm not the first person to ever be trapped in that elevator at work. It hasn't happened for like a year and a half. The previous record stood at like 44 minutes. I was trapped for 108 minutes. Nobody is going to eclipse that. Nobody. If anybody beats the 108-minute mark of being trapped in that elevator at work, I feel sorry for them. The next day, a memo comes out. In the event that you get trapped in the elevator, there is the help button that you can hit, and it will call direct to the security company, who will dispatch the elevator repairmen to come out and fix things. So there's a button with a phone icon. There's not a phone, there's a button that says help. Historically, that button has not worked. But apparently, the repair guy hit it, and he got connected to the operator. I don't think it would have got him out any sooner. Because like I said, weekday morning at fucking 4:46 is when we got stuck. And 6:34 is when we walked out. I did the math. So my advice is if you're going to not have to take the elevator, take the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially if you know it's a shitty elevator.
It's not a shitty elevator. They redid it a few years ago. That's the fucked up part. I don't know what the deal was.
It sounds shitty if the escape hatch has been painted over.
Well, nobody ever accused my employer of being a bunch of goddamn geniuses, you know?
They put an elevator in our building, and I don't know why.
Is it even 2 floors?
Yeah.
Isn't it just administrative offices upstairs?
The maintenance department, that's for all the plow drivers, you know, the guys that actually repair the road and all that. Mm-hmm. Their supervisors and their meeting area is upstairs. And there's 2 stairwells that go up that way. And then when they remodeled the building, they added an elevator. A really nice elevator.
There's probably $150,000 of taxpayer money wasted.
It's like
just to make it handicap accessible.
It's so nice in there. I mean, I use it once in a while just because I feel like being lazy and not walking up the stairs. All that money, we got to use it.
Fucking ridiculous. So nobody else you know has ever been caught in an elevator?
My 10-year-old son's friend got stuck in an elevator.
Well, he doesn't count. He's a child.
Yeah. Otherwise, adults, no. Not that I know of.
Oh, well, if you're going to do it, make sure you get caught with somebody sexy who's ready and willing.
That's a good tip.
And hopefully there's not a camera in there, like a lot of elevators have cameras these days.
Give them a show.
Yeah, you don't want the elevator security guard guy sitting there fucking playing pocket pool while you're getting down.
Give them a show.
You know what? I just thought of something. There used to be a gay guy that worked for the food service. Mm-hmm. That would have been way worse.
I suppose.
Because he tried flirting with me on several occasions.
Oh, wow.
One time, he's just like, do you ever smile? I'm like, not really. He's like, you know that kind of nervous look down at the floor, shy away laughter that people that are interested in you will do if you say something funny? Yeah, it was that. And I knew he wanted to play Castle Towers at that point, and I'm like, oh God,
let's play tummy sticks.
You're overweight and hairy and balding, and if I was gonna be gay, I'd like to think I could get a much better looking gay guy than him,
like the ones you see on TV.
Hi.
Well, I don't need him to be like Hollywood pretty, but at least don't look like the type of person that still lives in their mother's basement and hasn't seen his penis without the use of a series of hand mirrors in the last decade because his fucking gut. Yeah, he was a chubby, sweaty bastard.
It takes a man to know what a man likes.
So he would be what was known as the bear.
Yeah, he's a bear.
And he's looking for a cub.
I don't know about that, but he's looking for love, and he's looking in all the wrong places.
Haven't you ever heard of that? The bears and cubs?
Yeah, the bear thing,
it's a
not
gay
the
guy
cubs.
thing, yeah.
Well,
that's what it is. One's the bear.
Yeah.
And then the other one's the cub. And the cub, I guess, would be kind of like the more feminine one.
Yeah, that sounds incestuous.
Probably the prettier one.
The prettier one?
Well, for lack of a better term. You know, man pretty.
Man pretty. Like Sven Sundgaard of Cara Lesbian News?
Yes.
He's very man pretty.
Exactly, right there.
And by word of mouth, he's also an asshole, apparently.
Probably
He's very full of himself.
I was just reading an article on Facebook today. 12 stars that are really jackasses behind cameras, like it was Ellen DeGeneres and Kanye West, who couldn't figure that one out, and Michael Jordan.
What?
Yeah, they said he's really a prick, doesn't tip very well, and he takes his, I'm better than everybody else and anything to win attitude off the court and use it in his personal life. And stuff like that. A
lot of athletes have trouble with not having that competitive personality once they're
that's
done
why they're
playing.
In sports, is they're very competitive.
Plus, if you were the greatest basketball player of all time,
I'm not going to argue that.
I'd be like, I wouldn't just say kiss the ring, I'd say kiss the rings because he's fucking got 6 of them.
He has 6, really?
Yeah, he won. Oh. They three-peated twice.
Okay.
They won 3 years, and then he retired and played baseball, and then the Rockets won it for 2 years, and then he came back, and then the Bulls won it 3 more times.
So clearly he was the deciding factor.
The difference maker. Yeah. So he can tell everybody to S his D. Who else was on the list?
Selena Gomez?
Yeah, she's kind of cunty.
Yeah, and then Jennifer Lopez.
No!
Yeah,
not J-Lo, not Jenny from the block.
Who else was there? Kiefer Sutherland. He was on that list.
Well, he's been famous for like ever. And
like 33 decades, but it's just apparently he's a real jackass to work with. And it was, can't remember, Freddie Prinze Jr. Apparently he convinced Freddie Prinze Jr. to stop acting, and Freddie Prinze Jr. went and worked with somebody else who's supposed to be really difficult. And he's like, it was easier working with that guy than it was with Kiefer Sutherland.
Really?
So I guess he's just a massive prick. But I don't know. I've never met him.
Well,
I can't remember. I can't remember who was all on the list.
Well,
but
Katherine Heigl is a notorious bitch.
She wasn't on the list.
She should have been. Well, it's because she doesn't get a lot of work these days because she's notoriously bitchy.
Well, all these people are, I mean, like Jennifer Lopez and Kanye West, but for some reason, people are doing albums with them and shit. It's like,
I would like the number of people on that list to all get caught in an elevator together, and they don't know if help's ever going to come, so it turns into like a Hunger Games type scenario, where it becomes a battle royal inside the big metal cage of death. Yeah, I hope Kanye's going first. And Ellen, you're finally going to find out what it feels like to S a D. I said I had a surprise for you. It wasn't just that we're recording in the Juice's Purple Palace here.
Okay.
We are going to play Fact or Crap.
All right.
These are all facts or craps about myself.
Okay.
And it's up to you to figure out which is which.
Oh, man.
And, of course, I didn't bring a pen so I could keep score. Don't look. There ain't a pen. We're in a fucking 6-year-old's room. You think I'd leave a goddamn pen around?
Markers? Crayons?
No. They are all in drawers with child locks, so that's why my walls don't have fucking drawings on them. Okay. Fact or crap? Number 1. Growing up, I was always afraid of getting kidnapped.
Crap.
No, that is a fact.
Really?
After Jacob Wetterling got snatched, I had an unrealistic paranoia about being kidnapped.
That was 1989, right?
Yeah.
That's about the time I met you.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the little red bicycle thing when you rode off to K-mart or whatever it was.
Oh, no, I had no
That
rational
was
fear
prior
of
to
danger
that. Yeah.
there.
Okay.
But one time, and I think it was 5th or 6th grade, I didn't know who it was, but a car rolled up to the bus stop, and it was kind of raining. And the driver gestured for me to come to the car. I booked it. I ran a block to the
you should have done.
The other bus stop people's house and told the parents frantically what I said. I think somebody just tried to get me to get in their car, a stranger. So then the dad calls the cops, and the cops are doing laps up and down the goddamn boulevard. Never saw the car. So we missed the bus because we were inside the house because we were fucking nervous.
Yeah, I would be.
So I walked home quick. And my mom was going to drive me, which she was pissed off about. But when I told her, she's like, oh my gosh. Well, the phone rings. She's like, the phone's for you. I pick it up. It's my gym teacher, Mr. Shasky. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry I scared you. He's like, I bet you thought something was up. I'm like, I thought you were a stranger trying to lure me into your vehicle. He's like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. I just saw you. And I recognized you, and I figure, school's a half a mile up the road, and I'm going there, and it's raining. I figured I was going to be nice. And I'm like, no. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, just so you know, they called the cops, so you might want to call the cops and let them know the situation. He's like, oh, boy. Okay, yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 2, I have had 10 teeth pulled.
I'll go with crap on that.
That is a fact.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
When I was 10, I had my 4 canines ripped out in one sitting, which scarred me emotionally so bad that the next time I needed to have a tooth pulled, it was another molar. I camped out in the backyard and missed the appointment on purpose.
Oh, I did that for a hearing aid fitting.
Yeah. What?
I was going to get fitted for a hearing aid.
Why?
I
at
have
what
really,
age?
really bad hearing. I was 12 or 13, somewhere around there. A very active period of my life was 11 to 14.
Okay.
And
as long as you weren't like an adult hiding out in your adult backyard behind the shed.
I didn't want to do it, and my dad was pressuring me. And so my buddy Mario was like, well, we're going to go to my dad's work, and we're going to rollerblade around the warehouse. I'm like, sweet, I'm going with. And my dad came home, looked for me. Oh, he was mad. Like, they had 3 people there with a bunch of different hearing aids, blah, 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 and I couldn't fucking find you. I'm like, Dad, I don't want a hearing aid. He's like, fine, I'm never going to try to help you again with your hearing aid. Never, ever. And he never did.
Oh. Did your hearing get better?
No, once you lose hearing, you're fucked.
I did not know. What ear is it?
My left ear.
No shit.
I've lost 60% of the hearing in my left ear.
Jesus Christ.
From ear infections.
So if I ever want to sneak up on you, I should sneak up on the left side.
Don't.
Goodbye.
Because
I might be mean. I don't know.
you
Shit,
might
just don't do
be
it.
mean.
Well, I'm not going to threaten you. I'm going to like deck you because I'm not really a hitter.
You might.
I don't.
never know.
I've had people sneak up and they usually jump and scream.
Just so you know, Graham of It Radio fame.
Mecca like a high, Mecca. Bark, bark, bark!
He's mostly deaf in his right ear.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
between the two of you, you almost have a functional set of ears.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But yeah, so that was the first 5 teeth. I eventually had to go back and get that other molar pulled. And then I've had my wisdoms. So there's 4 more. That brings us up to 9. Number 10 was when my 13-year molar back here abscessed and I had to get it yanked out.
I've had 5 teeth pulled.
And when I say it abscessed, it's not because I have terrible oral hygiene. The tooth, the filling cracked. I didn't get it refilled right away. And then they had to rebuild my tooth because the tooth cracked. And then the rebuilt tooth died. You are 0 for 2.
I only knew you on the weekends.
It's not an excuse. Number 3. I'm one of those people who got chicken pox twice.
Man, these are good. I'm going to have to go with crap on that one.
That is crap, yes.
Okay.
I don't know anybody that's ever had chicken pox twice. I don't know if you can. It sounded good enough. Good, you're 1 for 2. Or, you're 1 and 2, sorry. Number 4, I wet the bed until I was 10 years old.
That sounds like a fact.
No, that's crap.
Okay.
That's crap. I think the last time I pissed the bed, I was 8.
I never ever was. Well, it wasn't until you were older, probably 11, that I actually got invited to sleep over at your trailer.
God, if I was still pissing the bed
And I was
at
never
11.
invited again.
Why is that?
Linda was not too happy with me, from what I understand.
I don't remember that at all.
I remember shitting in the toilet, and then you went in there, and you came out like, hey, if you get a little bit of poop stuck in the side, you got to flush that down. My mom's going to get angry. I'm like, sorry, at my house, we don't care. It goes down eventually.
Well, if it's poop related, you'd think I would recall that.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. God damn it, you are 1 and 3. Number 5. I once owned a Beverly Hills 90210 bedspread and sheet set.
I'm going to say that's crap.
That's unfortunately a fact.
Oh my God.
Well, hang on. There's an explanation involved.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay, I liked that show because of the hot chicks on there. I wanted to bang Jenny Garth.
Which one was Jenny Garth?
One of the blondes. The
That's
blonde
not
that
helpful.
wasn't a foot-faced fungus like Tori Spelling.
Okay, not Tori Spelling. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, there was Shannon Doherty, Brenda.
Yummy.
There was Gabriela Gutierrez, who was like 35 and playing a high schooler. She was the brunette with the glasses.
She's the one they make fun of in Family Guy, like an old lady.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was Jenny Garth, who was the hot blonde that was everybody wanted to fuck. And then there was Tori Spelling, who was on the show because her dad, Aaron Spelling, created the show. So I watched the show because I wanted to see pretty girls, and sometimes they'd go to the beach.
I got really interested in that show, but never watched it
Well,
when
fuck you.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen came on.
Oh, Tiffany Amber
Oh,
Thiessen.
yes.
That was later on.
The Tiffany.
That was season 5 or 6, I think.
Yummy.
Who doesn't want to see more Kelly Kapowski?
Oh, God.
I don't blame you. So, my mom had bought me book covers themed for the show. And I didn't think anything of it. I doodled on them, and I made stupid, like, fake blacked out teeth and mustaches and
Yeah.
crap on Jason Priestley's face and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, him.
So, for some reason, we're at K-mart. The same K-mart I rode my bike to when I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's this fucking comforter and sheet set. Long story short, we're in the checkout line, and it's rolling up the conveyor. And I'm just standing there, and I'm not paying attention. The cashier's looking at me like, the fuck? I'm pretty sure it was a boy, too. He's like scanning this, like, okay.
I have a sister.
It wasn't going on her bed. I had bunk beds, so she had to buy 2 of them. For Christ's sake. Yes. 2 twin bed 90210 sheet sets.
There's no way this guy's got twin sisters.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, once upon a time ago, when I was like 8 or 9, a cashier at Kmart thought I was gay. Probably.
Okay, was she the Jenny Garth? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Was she centered on there or something? Or was it
I
just
don't
their
know.
heads? Or
This
was
is
it
just because
90
my mom thought I was like really into the show.
Well, did it have pictures of the cast?
Yes,
on
it did.
Okay.
Yes, it did. And the fucking stupid logo from the show and palm
Did you
trees.
pretend to have sex and make out with Jenny Garth?
No, Jesus
Okay.
Christ. What am I, a fucking creep?
No, I was just wondering.
Who the hell does that? Who makes out with their pillowcase?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I feel like you have a story you want to share, but you're ashamed.
I've never fucked a pillow or anything like that.
Well,
I'm just picturing because like.
And Elarjabeth is very upset about that.
I
by the way.
remember when Batman came out in '89.
Nothing on that one. Nothing on the Elarjabeth sex joke. Fucking a pillow.
I didn't catch that. What?
You said I've never fucked a pillow, and I'm like, and Elarjabeth is very upset about that.
Okay.
Fat girl from up north.
Okay. Yep.
Batman, go on.
A little beast. You're so silly. No, I had the picture of Kim Basinger on my wall, and my friend came over one day, and he started kissing it a little bit, and I pushed him to get off my poster.
Because you were jealous?
No, I just
because you only wanted your lips to touch
I never
her lips?
kissed it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie. I fantasized about girls on posters that I had in my room. I don't know. Were you even in my room in
No,
high
I've
school?
never seen your bedroom.
Shit. Well, it was wall to wall with the. Well, I couldn't get nude pictures, but posters of
Bikini
women,
girls and women next to
bikinis,
cars.
lingerie, shit like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I fantasized. I was 13 years old. I was whacking a mole, but I never kissed a poster or anything like that, or put my dick on their lips.
God, that would be funny. It's just like Shawshank Redemption. There's a hole in the wall behind the poster.
Why is there a hole in this particular spot?
I don't know. Number 6. I once got into an argument with 2 of my neighbor kid friends about who saw their mom's boobs the most.
Fact.
That is a fact.
I think I could have swore you told me about that one time.
I mentioned that I had seen my mom's boobs the other day. I opened up the bathroom door. Some other kid's like, I see my mom's boobs all the time. And then some other kid...
Okay, yeah, don't shit.
Yeah, the other kid says, well, I see my mom's boobs every day. I always see boobs.
What, does he breastfeed?
I don't know. We were 7.
Which would make it all the more awkward.
Yes, that we had no idea. Thank God that none of us had any older siblings around to fucking be like, are you fucking serious right now? Do you know what an Oedipus complex is? No, what is that? You probably have one there, boob monger.
I know I walked into my parents 2 or 3 times by the time I was 7, but I can't actually recall seeing my mom naked.
That's good.
Just the act of...
Coitus?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you probably saved a bundle on therapy by not actually seeing any lady parts.
Burn my eyes. I can't get it out of my head now.
Number 7. I frequently got random boners in high school and was petrified of the bell ringing if I didn't get rid of it.
Fact?
That is a fact. I was a rage of emotions, and all it took at that age was like a gentle breeze, and I was half mass. So I was constantly looking at hot chicks in class, distracted, wanting to see their pubes. And yeah, I'd get boners, and I'd have to find a way to hold it, put my hand in my pocket and hold it when the bell rang, and I didn't want to stand up ever. Or I'd have my trapper keeper in front of my lap. You try to coyly reposition your boner up into the waistband of your pants. That's not fucking easy.
I popped a few boners in school before, and I did the same shit to try to hide it. I usually carried my jacket with me, so I just hang it low and stuff. And it was weird as no one ever caught on to it. I don't know how many times I did it, but
we couldn't do that.
Well, we weren't supposed to.
You're lucky.
I wore a hat to most of my classes. There were certain teachers that were strict on it, but others didn't care. So I wear my hat whenever possible. I always carried my jacket with me. I don't even remember where my locker was in senior year.
Did you ever just hang the hat on your boner? And
No,
hope no one
I didn't
would
want
notice?
to draw attention to it.
Well, maybe
So I'd
you
either
wanted to draw
carry my
attention to
jacket
it.
low, or I don't know.
Like, hey, this guy, good circulation. Look at this. Look at this boner right here. Look at that shit. Number 8. I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch almost every day from ages 3 to 6.
I'm gonna say that's a fact.
That is a fact. You're getting there.
I could have swore you mentioned earlier, but anyway, that's a fact.
You are now 4 and 4, I believe.
I wasn't keeping track.
I'm trying to. Number 9. I have never dated an only child.
Crap. Isn't the Beast an only child?
She's not, but I did date one only child. So you are correct.
Okay.
It was many years ago. Her dad owns a local bicycle shop, and she was a little prima donna bitch. Kind of a brat. Also, I was a few years older than her, and she was still in high school, and I was in my first year or second year of college. She was a senior. That was a bad idea.
You want to hang out? I can drive.
She could drive.
Okay, well, you didn't say how old she was.
You know how many? I have been to, I think, 5 proms.
What?
5 or 6 proms, yeah.
Okay, I went to 3.
1 or 2 of mine, and then 1 or 2 up north, and then 1 or 2 of this girl's. I don't know.
I went to 2 of my own and 1 of my now ex.
Oh, yeah, well, prom can suck a dick.
Yeah, you know, it's not all it's hyped up to be.
Number 10. I have pooped in no fewer than 3 swimming pools.
I'm going to say it's a fact.
That is crap.
It's crap?
I have only pooped in 1 swimming pool.
Really?
And it's the one up north.
Oh, man.
And it was a little poop, and I shook it out of the leg of my trunks, and then I grabbed it and put it in the side little openings where they had the baskets.
So all the water can filter through it.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's where they had the chloride tablets to kill the germs.
I knew the reason I didn't like swimming in that pool anymore.
Well, definitely don't drink the water.
It was subconscious.
Number 11. I was an avid rollerblader in junior high.
I'm going to say it's crap.
That is crap. I had rollerblades. I used them maybe 5 times. And as the joke goes, what's the worst part of being a rollerblader?
I don't know what is it.
Having to tell your parents you're gay.
Okay, so maybe I was a little bit gay in middle school because I had rollerblades and I rode them a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Me, we would fucking ride all over the place. It was like phases with us. Like for a week or 2, we would ride around our mountain bikes in the easiest gear, like first gear. So you're pedaling really fast, barely going anywhere. Mm-hmm. And then we would ride on rollerblades for a few weeks, and then we would ride on scooters because we all had scooters.
You had scooters.
Full size regular scooters,
in junior high,
not the razor shit. Yeah, like 6th grade.
Fair enough.
And we cycled through that all summer long. So, I rode my rollerblades a lot. I even still have rollerblades.
That's sad.
Why?
You shouldn't tell people that.
I have rollerblades. They're really nice. They're
You're
white.
a grown
They're black.
man.
There's a little bit of red.
Care how nice or what the color scheme is. They're fucking rollerblades.
And they got Abic 7 bearings. Ooh,
what the fuck does that even mean?
It's a brand.
Jesus Christ. Number 12. I've tried every organized team sport except hockey.
I'm going to say crap.
That is a fact.
It is?
Yes.
Wow.
Soccer, and then baseball, and then I played a lot of basketball, and then freshman year I tried football.
See, I didn't know you tried football.
Freshman year was my only year. If you also want to count that I ran track, and by ran track I mean participated kind of in track.
Is that really a team, though?
Yeah, it's called the track team.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, you're all the same frickin' school. But
I don't count wrestling because it's not one of the major sports.
That's practicing for being gay.
Or the Olympics. Number 13. I have banged an Arab chick, an Asian chick, and a black chick.
I'm going to say that's a fact.
That is crap. I have never banged an Asian.
Come on. I'm terrible at this.
And there's like the one chick that had any black in her was mixed race, so it was only like a quarter black and a quarter native.
I had a coworker. He I don't know if he's going to listen to this, but he dated a black girl that was part Chinese, and he called her Blackanese.
That would be actually Chinegro.
Okay. Well, he said Blackanese.
That's from Chappelle's show. I didn't just come up with that.
They broke up very, very quickly.
Why is that?
Because she wanted to vote for Clinton, and he wasn't going to vote for Clinton.
When was this?
This just last election.
Really?
Yeah.
What an idiot. Fuck her a bunch of times and then break up with her.
Sorry.
You broke up with somebody.
He stood on his principles.
That's fucking ridiculous.
He's like, anybody else I would have been fine with it, but not Clinton.
Number 14. I once had aspirations of being a pro wrestler.
That sounds like crap.
That's actually a fact.
Man.
In fact, local promotion MPW had a pretty inexpensive training program where you could start off being a valet or manager, like an enhancement talent. Mm-hmm. $500 for the program. They work on your cutting promos, walking your whatever you want to call them down to the ring. Your client. You're walking your client down to the ring.
Okay.
You're learning how to take basic bumps. That's where Graham got involved when he was Weird Cookie. Now, my friend Brandon was Kid Crazy. He wrestled. And a few of us were actually wanted to do it too. My folks wouldn't let me. Because they were dickholes. And she discouraged every oddball dream I ever had. I wanted to not finish cop school so I could go to IPR.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, what am I doing with that law enforcement degree now? Because I could have
You're
worked...
getting stuck in elevators.
Yeah, right. Well, I could work where I work without a goddamn law enforcement degree, and I could have gotten into like music production and shit. And one of my best friends for a number of years still works at the school, and he's been doing it for like 15 fucking years.
Would you say it's too late to try to change careers? I mean, is it too late?
Yeah, it's too
do that
late. I've
schooling?
shit out too many kids, and it's too expensive, and there's too many people doing it now, and the market's saturated. But back then, it was new.
Okay.
So it was unique. This is the final one. Number 15, I have never been to a strip club.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. I believe you just broke even. No, that's impossible. There's an odd number.
I'm pretty sure I
You
lost.
didn't do very good.
No. Well, like I said, I only really knew you on the weekends.
Yeah. Well, I just want to point out that 93X, I finished with that one because 93X is having their annual Toys for Tatas campaign. And if you go to the website, I can't remember if it's...
It's Rick's Cabaret.
Is it Rick's Cabaret?
Yeah. One of Mrs. Number One fan, one of her friends is on Facebook. Who's going to go with me? I was like, not me, because I have a job and I'm going to go work it.
Right. It's this Friday morning, December 9th.
That's not to say he doesn't have a job. It's just his is more flexible. Than
Right.
mine.
You go, you bring a new unwrapped toy, and they will give you free entrance, and you can look at bubes, and the ladies will come and tease you and pretend they like you, and then there's a buffet. You can have breakfast.
And then your wallet's empty.
No. You don't have to. You can just go there and eat breakfast. A lot of people are going to bring like the cheapest toy they can find to get in, and then eat the breakfast, and then see a few boobs and leave. It's got in this economy. I got to believe that it is hard to make money taking your clothes off, not engaging in any sexual activity.
I don't know.
You got to get out there and suck that cock.
The stories that I've
money.
heard for strippers, they make damn good money, and they don't half of them, not even half of them, actually participate in the under the table stuff.
What do you mean under the table stuff? What are you saying? Are you talking about secret prostitution like setups where they will do dirty things to your naughty parts for a certain amount of a cash agreed upon?
Because I knew
beforehand?
a guy that used to bounce at a couple different strip clubs.
Yeah.
And then I knew a person who liked to go to strip clubs an awful lot. And then I know a couple of people who don't go a lot, but they've been there enough. And so.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It. That is at What Do We Call It. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
And that's the end.